What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Pueblo County Sports Experience Podcast. My name is Devin Meyer. I'm here with Tannin, Chase, and Bellina, and welcome to part 2 of our Winter Awards.
Heck yeah.
We got 3 sports left, almost done.
Yep.
We got swim, wrestling, and boys basketball. Not in that order to go over today. So we're going to start it off with some wrestling.
Solid.
And we got most improved and MVP for that.
Heck yeah.
So let's get it out of the way.
Let's do most improved. Start us off.
Yeah, start it off.
All right. Who wants to go? Who wants to go first? Me?
Chase, I feel like you should start us off.
All right. So for most improved, I'm going to start off with a man by the name of Izzy Trujillo. Just a sophomore, but 5th place in the state. Very impressive, right? Just as a sophomore. Last year, he played varsity a little, or he wrestled varsity a little bit, but he really, wasn't that guy on varsity. And the jump that he made this year is unbelievable. So I absolutely think that he's the most improved wrestler on the team.
Okay.
Solid.
I think I'm going to be the only person here that's going to bring this up initially, right? But as soon as I mention it, I think it's going to click for everybody. Rayleigh Diaz-Gonzalez. He just went to state for the first time in his high school career. He didn't do it last year. And he also, he didn't do great at state. I'm going to be honest. And that's my boy. Shout out Rayleigh. But, I mean, man, he has taken a jump this year.
Really
I don't think anybody expected him to be as good as he was. I don't think anybody even expected him to go to state.
No, not at all.
So, that being said, Rayleigh also got a pin on Jason Soto, who was number 3 in the state for his weight class. So I just got to say, shout out my boy Rayleigh. However, Izzy Trujillo wasn't even on varsity last year.
Yeah.
I think he was a JV wrestler.
Yeah, JV warrior.
I mean, he was a freshman, so that's 100% normal. Imagine wrestling an 18-year-old at 14. That's horrifying.
That's no, that'd be horrible.
And some of these kids are on roids too. Like,
for real?
heck no. Yeah.
Expose them.
Yeah, there's
names.
Bro, a lot of them. Like most, I feel like most wrestlers are on roids. Like especially ones after high school because it helps so much.
Yeah, with like cutting weight and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
do what you got to do.
Those wrestlers that you got like going, wrestling after high school, they're probably on roids. That being said, Izzy Trujillo, you get my vote for most improved player.
But shout out Rayleigh though.
Shout out Rayleigh.
Such
Close
a dog,
second.
bro. Such
Close
a dog.
Second.
I'll take it from here. Yeah. Izzy Trujillo, he did great. 5th at state, which is like really shocking to everybody pretty much. I think it was shocking that he was even like going to state, I feel. Like I don't think we were all pretty surprised. And as a sophomore placing top 5, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I mean, at that point, you kind of have your weight division on lock.
Yeah.
That's a loose term because anything can
and
happen.
he also
with
won
wrestling.
regionals. Sorry to interrupt, but he won regionals.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think nobody expected him to be as good as he was this season. I'm just kind of echoing what these goons said, but yeah, Izzy popped off this year, so Izzy gets my vote.
I like it.
Yeah, Izzy also gets my vote. We talked about him all season basically, so yeah, that's a good hit.
Yeah.
Izzy.
Heck yeah.
100%. And I think, just another thing to mention is no one talked about him.
Yeah, last year, going into this year.
At all. I don't even think there were talks about him being on varsity for the most part. But
I mean, he wasn't in our top 10.
No, absolutely
athletes to
not.
look out for, so.
And he definitely earned his spot there.
He did, yeah, absolutely.
When we make that video, so subscribe and turn on notifications so that way you get notified when we post it.
Stay tuned for that.
But so yeah, congratulations, Izzy Trujillo on
yes, sir.
most improved player.
Yes.
Congrats. All right, so now we have MVP left.
Mhm.
Who wants to start us off with MVP?
I'll go.
All right.
MVP for me is going to be Vincent Sanchez Vasquez.
Mm-hmm.
And, while he may be the MVP of wrestling, is the MVP of not showing up to the podcast. Okay. And I just got to say that because, I'm disappointed about how that podcast went. Anyways, that being said, back onto wrestling. 5th place at state as well. So congratulations for that. And he was a senior leader. And honestly, I think that if Wyatt Ferris doesn't get injured, we could be looking at a different MVP. But that being said, Wyatt did get injured. And you know who
It's
did
true.
it? Vince.
Yeah, Vince.
So he gets my vote.
You know, I completely agree with that. I think that, you know, Wyatt had some of the craziest potential we've seen. Like that dude was a beast. I think he could have placed pretty high at state. But unfortunately, you know, injuries, they get the best of us sometimes. So that's why I'm also going to give my vote to Vince, 5th at state. And I mean, he's just been that dude for a long time. He's been working at it. His first time placing at state in his career. So, I mean, you got to give it to him. So he's definitely going to be the MVP for me.
100%.
Yeah, I was going to go Izzy for my
Go ahead.
vote.
Wow. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was a great season for him. He improved a lot from last year, and I just give him MVP. He also placed 5th at state, so
I like that.
he deserves it.
Yeah, I was gonna go. As Devin said, Wyatt Ferris, I think, deserves like a huge shout out because he's really good. Wyatt's really good, but Vince also received my vote. I think that he's been performing super well all season. I feel like we've constantly talked about him on this podcast. Just one of those names that just keeps on popping up. And so, yeah, he gets my vote. I think he's a great MVP for this year.
Heck yeah.
But a huge shout out to Wyatt Ferris because
Yeah.
he was also
soon.
quite,
soon.
he was
Yeah,
also
get well
quite the wrestler.
Heck yeah.
What happened? Like, what was his injury again?
Dislocated shoulder,
yeah.
I think.
Dislocated
Yeah.
his shoulder. Do we know if he's running track?
Yeah, he should be. I think he's out of his sling.
He's not in his sling anymore.
I think he's out
Okay.
of his sling, so I think he should be good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Future track state.
Yeah, dude, that dude
runner.
is so fast.
Yeah. So we'll definitely see that guy on
Low-key,
the,
same with
on the
Rayleigh.
track.
Yeah, Rayleigh's all.
Rayleigh, I
really
also
quick.
could think
Yeah, Rayleigh's quick.
might be going to state this year for track. That being said, congratulations, Vincent Sanchez Vasquez.
Congrats, bro.
Yo, I just clapped with my hands like the reverse of where they usually are. That's
weird.
it doesn't. Wait.
We got in this.
Oh, I had it. Okay, anyways. And on to swim. It's been a wonderful season so far. Sent a bunch of people to state.
Yep.
And, you know, I think that there's only 2 people that this could possibly be between.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And that's going to be Lily Nybert and Tate Lanham.
Both we pretty much knew from the start that it was going to be them.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
They were both on our list. So
Top 3.
they were
both
both
top 3.
both top 3 on
with
our
Tate
list.
being 1.
Yep.
And, you know, I think Tate lived up to that number.
I agree.
And I'm going to give Tate my MVP vote because she placed in 2 categories for solo.
Yeah.
And then she also swam for
the relay,
team relay stuff. So, yeah, she gets
That's
my
got to be
vote,
so
100%.
tiring. I would
She-
be.
you should-
Oh
placed
yeah,
third and fourth,
I can't even swim in general. Better yet, do a breaststroke. I don't even know what that is.
Devin, would you like to
that
compete
one?
in? Can a regular guy outswim a state qualifier?
I can't.
Bro, no one.
That-
no
she
one-
would have to not be allowed to use her hands,
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure that's illegal because I feel like that's very unsafe,
Yeah,
and I could not save her. So,
Okay.
sorry.
And I cannot save her.
But yeah, if she was drowning, like I'd probably drown too,
You drown,
and
trying
I
to
would
save
have
her?
all 4 limbs.
That'd be heroic.
I hate you. Place your vote.
Tate Lanham. She placed. It was. I think
Third
you
and
just said it.
fourth.
third and
Third and
fourth. Third and
fourth.
fourth. Yeah, in breast and free.
and freestyle.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy. And Lily also did a fantastic job. Only a sophomore. Lily's only a sophomore. So I think that definitely MVP in the future. Potentially a state champion in the
Mhm.
future. I
Yeah.
think there's big potential there.
Yo,
For
this
either of them,
sophomore
yeah.
class is kind of crazy.
Mhm.
We've
For
had
sure.
so many like good sophomores on. I feel like across all the sports.
Yeah, for the most part.
On football. it
Football,
was-
Orlando.
Yep. And then it was. Who was? And I mean, like Lily dominates like every sport she
Yeah,
plays.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
gymnastics. Yeah.
And then
She went to state for track last
yeah.
year as a
Yep.
freshman.
and then
And placed too. Well, not.
For, what was it, triple jump?
Yeah.
I believe
Somewhere,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think she
it
got
was
like 11th for triple
Yeah.
jump.
and like Izzy, Tyler Glenn. We've had so many cracked sophomores.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Mhm.
so yeah, Lily gets a
Tannin
huge.
Jackson for soccer.
Hey, you heard it here. I didn't say it. But yeah, Tate just has been doing phenomenal, like since forever. And Tate's only a junior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she still has more room to improve, and she's already been performing insanely well. So yeah, Tate gets my vote, but Lily, huge shout out, and I do think that state champion could be in her future.
I think we could see the same for Tate as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the two in front of her are for breaststroke,
Yeah, like
but if they're seniors,
what? Oh,
then
it's
Tate
hers.
has the bid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Bellina, did you place your vote?
No, I did not. I was going to go overall Tate, but Lily needs a really big shout out. I mean, like Tannin just said, she's only a sophomore. She went to state last year for dive too. Like overall, she's just a really good athlete. So she'll definitely be a state champion at some point. But yeah, my vote goes to Tate.
Heck yeah.
100%.
W.
One thing I do want to mention real quick. If we did not move up to 4A this year, I think we're looking at 2 state champions.
Yeah.
With the possibility of Tate Lanham having 2 of her own.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been
Banners.
crazy. That would have been crazy.
But we moved up and we still did amazing.
Yeah.
That
no,
being
she really
said,
did, yeah.
Tate Lanham,
Congrats.
congratulations.
Hey, you deserve it. Heck yeah. All right.
And on to the final.
Final sport.
Final sport. We're wrapping it up.
Boys basketball.
Everything is coming to an end. Boys basketball with a little bit of a potential for some more games. We go ahead and play Mullen on the 25th. So tonight, day of recording.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm looking at a game.
Yeah, it'll be a good game.
And
It's supposed to be close. It's gonna be
I
close.
hope we win. I hope we win.
It'd be so much. It'd be so nice if they win.
I would love to see a little bit of a run here. That being said, it's on to I want to start off with most improved player.
Okay. You want to start us off?
Yeah.
All right.
So, real quick, I'm going to take a second to look at these stats and make sure my
theory is correct.
my vote is what I want it to be. And I think it is. I'm going to go with Barrett
Heck yeah.
Orringdolph.
Yeah.
Did you
Really?
just say Beckett?
No, I said heck yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Beckett.
Heck yeah.
Barrett Orringdolph. Man, he has been a killer out there. And I mean, there's been some struggles with him not shooting the ball enough, but he's had some 20-point games that have led to some big wins. And when he is aggressive, it is the best. Like, he actually looks like the best big in Pueblo. So I'm going to say Barrett Orringdolph. He's averaging 8.4 points per game, shooting it 63% from the field, 7.3 rebounds a game, and he's leading in blocks.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's just a dog. He's been that guy this year, especially when you compare him to last year where he was getting play, but, you know, he's definitely stepped it up now.
Heck yeah. For me, I'm going to give a shout out to Barrett. He's been that dude this year. Like, he has really stepped it up. We've seen him drop a couple 20 bombs. But personally, I'm going to give my vote to Cole Barger. Last year, he started off the season strong, but he found a lot of time on the bench last year, right? He was only averaging about 4 points per game. But this year, he's averaging about 10 points per game. And, you know, he's really stepped it up as, you know, a vocal leader on this team.
Yeah.
I don't think this team performs as well as they do without him.
And
you know?
him and Lowry have been like such a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
I feel like they've scored so many points like off of each other, I feel.
So my vote's going to go to Cole Barger, but definitely a shout out to Barrett. Barrett's been killing it all year, and I definitely have high aspirations for Barrett next year.
My vote was for Barrett too. I agree kind of just with what Devin said overall. He's a big player, important player, and his stats have improved a little bit from last year.
Tremendously.
Yeah, tremendously.
Ooh. Okay. This might be crazy,
Okay.
but
I feel like I know who you're going to say.
I feel like the most improved player, I've been glazing him all year, Luka Tucci.
Yeah.
I feel like Luka, like, actually has performed really well from out of nowhere. Like, we've all heard, you know, like, we've all heard Lowry Kirkland. We've all heard Barrett Orringdolph. But I feel like no one had really talked about Luka. And he kind of came out and performed really well, I think, this year. I think he had a lot of great moments. This is kind of a hot take. But I think Luka deserves most improved player of the year. Also, Barrett was kind of cracked last year, I feel.
No.
Barrett, I saw Barrett. Barrett was
played,
good.
He played, But look, I'll pull up his stats for you. If you go to his stats year by year, so there's his sophomore year. He averaged 2.3 points a game, and now he's averaging 8.5.
Okay, valid.
Rebounds, he went from 3.3 to 7.3. Like, he's up in every category.
It's true.
Like, significantly.
All right, valid.
He played last year, but he wasn't this pivotal of a piece.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I hear what you're saying about Luka Tucci, but if you're going to say Luka Tucci, I'm surprised you don't bring up Harley Harding.
Yeah.
Harley Harding was also on my list.
Harley stepped it up.
Harley stepped it up just as much as Luka, and they have very similar roles.
It's true. Harley Harding also was on the dinner plate. He was also on the menu.
There's a lot of people that could be.
I feel like I feel like the whole team.
You could even make an
collectively.
argument for Lowry Kirkland.
You could.
Like, I mean, yes, he was a starter last year. Yes, he was a, I don't want to say a star player, but I mean, that was
one of the leading scorers,
one of the leaders last year. And, he's just doing that at an even higher level this year. But, if you're locking in Luka.
Well, you made me doubt myself.
Nah, you got to stay strong.
I got to stay strong.
gotta
I'm going to
stay
stay strong. I'm going to stick to my guns. Luka Tucci. I think he deserves it. I feel like at the very least, Luka deserves a shout out. At the very least, he gets my vote. But regardless of where you stand on who should deserve the award, Luka gets a shout out. And I feel like the whole team has just improved.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Majorly. So, Luka gets my vote. But I mean, Barrett, Cole Barger especially, I think they've all improved really well.
That being said, congratulations, Barrett Orringdahl, for being our most improved player. All right.
So let's move into
defensive
player of the year.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll start us off. So I know that stats don't really show it too much, right? But I'm going to go with Cohen Glenn. The dude's been a beast. He's been a beast. From the games I've seen, obviously the stats, like I said, they don't really show it. He's not really leading in steals or blocks, but he's locked down on D. That's really where he's strived this year. So my vote's going to go to Cohen Glenn.
Yeah. He's my defensive player of the year as well. I don't care what any stats say. He's going up there. He's taking a charge. He's going out there. He's locking up their bigs. He's throwing that clip once again of the block against Jaden Cisneros.
The block.
Later on, this is the moment I know they've been praying on. Trying out the boy out, but now I'm staying on.
Oh, what a beautiful block.
What a beautiful block.
That just sums up, like,
look at that form.
I have no clue how he doesn't have, how he's not leading him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know where that's. I was surprised when I saw that.
Something's not being recorded right, personally, in my belief. But, big, strong man. In my notes before commentating every game, I just put big defensive guy for Cohen.
He is.
And that's his role, and he played it
perfectly.
To a T. So, Cohen Glenn, you get my vote as well.
Yep, Cohen Glenn. He was. I was a little unsure about who I was going to go for most improved player, but the moment I knew that we were going to be giving out a defensive player of the year award, Cohen Glenn was the first thing that came into mind. You've seen the highlights, like we've seen the crazy blocks from Cohen, and I feel like he's been delivering all year on defense in both obvious and less noticeable ways. So yeah, Cohen Glenn gets my vote for defensive player of the year.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, same. Cohen Glenn. I don't really have much to add on it, but
boring.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Whatever. Yeah, Cohen Glenn.
All right. Congrats, Cohen.
Congratulations,
you deserve
Cohen Glenn.
It, bro.
All right.
No,
the big one.
MVP.
On the MVP.
So, I'll start us off, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and start it with saying that Cole Barger was the close second.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I might end up convincing myself to vote for him.
I love Cole Barger.
But Lowry Kirkland cannot go unnoticed. Yeah. Averaging 5.3 assists per game, 13.6 points per game. And I mean, he's 2.6 steals per game. He's there. And he's shooting the ball efficiently too. I mean, most nights you're giving the ball to Lowry and you're trusting him. And when it comes to a most valuable player, I think that's where Lowry has earned. I think that's what Lowry's earned overall.
Absolutely.
So my vote goes to Lowry.
Not only does he lead in points, assists, but he also leads in steals on the defensive end.
Mhm.
Right?
Steals.
He's got 24 more steals than the second best guy on the team. That's absurd to me. So I think Lowry all around, his intensity, it just increases everybody else's on the team. So I think Lowry deserves MVP. I think he's a pretty good definition of an MVP.
Yeah. You can just kind of see his impact on the game when he's playing. Like, yeah.
And I don't really notice when he's out because he just plays that much.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
like his rests are short. It's like 2 minutes. He's out.
Mhm.
He's out there. So he's got the stamina. He's got the heart. He's definitely earned
Absolutely. Yeah.
earned it.
Yeah, I'm not really going to be like reinventing the wheel here. Yeah, Lowry Kirkland gets my vote too. Cole Barger, I think
you deserve such a shout out, Cole.
Cole, look, okay.
Go ahead.
Number 1 is Lowry for points, right? But number 2 is Cole Barger. I don't think anybody was really expecting that. If you were looking at like Cole Barger as a player, if I told you he's going to be number 2 for like most points, I'm crazy. But no, it actually happened. And I think Cole has been balling out all year. And I feel like he's always in the studio. I walk in, he's on his computer watching replays and watching
film. Yeah, he's just watching film.
Watching film. Like if that doesn't show dedication, I don't know what does. So
Cole's one of the hardest workers.
He is a hard worker.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a huge
He
shout
has
out.
grinded it out his senior year.
He really
and
has.
He's worked hard.
But-
And he's another one of those guys who doesn't get much breaks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he's been another pivotal part of this team, and I wish him luck
Yeah.
for the future.
Yeah.
He definitely gets an honorable mention. here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Such
But-
an honorable mention.
Lowry Kirkland, he's a baller. We've all known it. I mean, starting on varsity as a sophomore, and it was mind blowing when I went to a game. Like that's freaking Lowry, and I was like, he's like 3 months older than me, and he's balling out there. So Lowry, he's been a baller, like from the womb, pretty much. So yeah, he definitely gets my vote for MVP, and I honestly, he's well deserving of it. We've spoken enough about Lowry Kirkland. Lowry Kirkland gets my vote.
All right. I think that does it. Congrats, Lowry Kirkland, on MVP of the boys basketball season.
Heck yeah. All right. That's it. That's all for our winter sports. I mean, we're far from done. We got a lot going on
Yeah,
very shortly. I will not be surprised if next week you guys get a podcast episode. No promises, but
Mhm.
But you can expect top 10 videos coming out.
Yes,
shortly.
We got some big things coming out.
We got a bunch of stuff coming out.
A lot
and
of
also
cool ideas.
recently announced officially March 21st.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars. PCSN versus the girls soccer team.
Biggest matchup of the century.
That's
Bellina's
crazy.
not going to be there because she's lame.
Sorry.
Wow.
Bro, you're the
Anyways,
face of this company.
biggest soccer game of the century, bigger than the World Cup.
Bigger than the World Cup.
I don't even know how else to put it. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click the like
Click
button
it.
as well. If you've watched all the way through the video, we're so phenomenally grateful.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
go follow us on all social media platforms
Yep.
at PCHPCSN. That's Facebook, Instagram,
We have a
TikTok.
Facebook?
Heck yeah,
That's
we
fire.
do. YouTube,
Spotify.
Spotify,
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, go follow us, please.
Go check us out. We love the sport. We're growing so fast, and we're glad that you guys have been with us for so long.
Oh, yeah.
That's
tough.
the end of the winter season. We'll see you guys next time.
Later,
Yeah,
y'all.
see ya.
Laters.
Love you.